Okay, David, got your bike here on the lift. This is your Yamaha Tenere 700. You were talking about this bike giving you a hard time finding neutral. I think I may have found what the issue is. I apologize that I did this off camera, but I did a chain adjustment because it was ridiculously slack when you brought it in here. Dirty, dusty. This is an off-road bike. You could probably tell by the lights, if not the demeanor. Your bike is probably spending a good amount of time in the dirt. Okay, finding neutral was your challenge, and I just wanted to point something out here. Your choice of Pazzo levers, I absolutely love. Wait a second. Ride it. Are these Pazzos? I don't know if these are. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Your choice of these Pazzo-looking levers, if they're not Pazzos, I don't think they are, but is the fact that you got shorties. Had you got the longer lever, the one that comes out to about where my finger is now, you wouldn't have this traffic jam. What's happening here is you can see that this dogleg shape hits your controls before the actual lever gets all the way down to the bar. This limits how much throw is actually delivered to the actual clutch itself. This is your limited throw. If I had to estimate the amount of distance that this cable is traveling, I'm going to say maybe 1.5 centimeters, which is probably why you're having a very difficult time finding neutral. If you just simply took this adjuster and put it all the way to the end, see if my hands aren't in the way, you see how the lever gets way further out. It's closer to your bark buster, but at its most maximum setting, this will give this lever way more throw, and that translates to a greater pull distance down here. Maybe not enough to actually make it easier for you to find neutral, but we're going to start here at this position and hopefully see if this makes a difference between you getting neutral or not. Fundamentally, you can still see that it still hits the controls. This part here should be flush on the grip. That part of the dog leg should not be hitting the controls the way that it does. And worst of all, having it set down to one closest position makes it easy to reach. You can see with my finger, but it doesn't do anything for the actual throw down here on the lever. Now, the next thing, actually, maybe I should leave the camera right here. The next thing I wanted to show you was just going to put the lever back up to full, and I'm just going to zoom in here on your cable. You can see the way the cable exits the adjuster. The adjuster is right there, and then the cable leads to the pole, and you've got an extra Tenere 700 adjustable lever just to make clutch throw easier, lighter in feel. You've got 3 positions. You're in the middle. And what I'm going to try to illustrate is that the angle on which this is set, the cable is literally rubbing against. See that? I'm going to put that all the way out. Yeah, is rubbing against, and you are literally going to saw your cable in half. At some point, I don't want it to be when the wolves are closing in to kill you as you just pulled over for a quick pee stop. The cable would snap and then the wolves would have dinner. So I'm going to just brutally just bend this in this direction so that this opening is straighter, so that the cable is not being sawed in half. And after you have relieved yourself and the wolves are like, well, it's going to be a delicious dinner, you'll jump on your bike and ride away. Okay, David, next installment, I'm going to go on a test ride now to see if this has made any difference. But you can see now that the angle is way straighter. The lever is still in the furthest position, so closest to the bark buster and furthest away from the bar. You can see that this is way smoother. No more sawing of your cable, and those poor pesky wolves, although they were about to feast on some fresh David, they're going to have to go hungry. Hey, test ride complete. Bike feels great. I have to say, I'm quite impressed by this Tenere. In French, it is Tenere. Very solid engine. Bike feels very plush. Suspension feels good. That whole clutch neutral thing is gone. I am going to leave your clutch lever in that position, way like the exact opposite of where you had it, and you can adjust it to the point where you can't find neutral, and then I suggest you just move it to the point before that so that you can find neutral. and that might be a happy medium. But really, I think the long short answer of this is to just get a longer lever. This worked out great. It's straight and great, but there it is. Okay, sir. Next video is coming a little bit later. I'll be chopping and replacing and installing.